Today we are here in Nokia in Finland, and we are going to drill with the new N175 Direct. Plenty of great new features, among others the new smart A-pillar display, updated transmission, fantastic daytime running lights, and the Technology Pro X package. So I have the Valtra guide, the ISOBUS, section and variable rate control, and the all-new Auto U-Pilot, which automates your U-Pilot sequence. And in this package it includes also the Taskdock Pro and the server license you need for it, and the possibility to use the AgriRouter for wireless data transfer. And speaking about wireless data transfer, I have invited Mikko Hakojärvi from Mtech here today.
Thanks, Johan.
Welcome. Could you, Mikko, explain a little bit how I could benefit here on my farm about the new smart farming features I have in this tractor?
Yes, so as a basis, MyFarm Wisu, that's the cloud application where you can manage your farm, your fields and your cultivation actions. And there we have a smart farming module for creating the site-specific fertilization or spraying task or for drilling. And as our latest released product which is VisuLink, that is our solution for wireless data transfer, which utilizes the AgriRouter. Okay,
so with Mtech Wisu you can also transfer the task wirelessly to the tractor and back also to the Wisu after the work has been done on the field.
Indeed.
What are the main benefits in your opinion about planning tasks in advance and executing them with the ISOBUS technology?
Yes, well, it includes a lot of new things or benefits that you can get out of them. First of all is the planning during the, let's say, carb season during the winter time, when there's no rush with the fieldworks, so you can take your time and plan your actions and think about the things that you want to do on your fields inside a specific manner. And then the result of that kind of before or forward thinking is that you will get the recipes or the actions in the form of task files that you can later on execute, or you can send them, for example, to an entrepreneur who is doing the things for you on your farm in some of your activities perhaps. And then maybe the third big benefit is that when you are executing such task, you will harvest data with this kind of tractor and implement combination, always when you are working with the task file.
Interesting, and all this data can be transferred between Mtech and Valtra wirelessly, no need of USB sticks or so?
Yes, if you're using the VisuLink then there's no need to use the USB stick anymore.
Okay, that's really nice. Should we have a look at the field and then decide on the actions what to do there?
Yes, that would be wise to do.
Okay, let's go.
All right, let's go. So, Johan, this is the field that you are going to drill today.
That's the plan, yes.
All right. What about the properties of this field? The task piles are at their best when you can treat the field or different locations of the field according to their needs. So has the vegetation on this field been, let's say, even, or has there been some weak spots?
The vegetation has been quite even, I must say, but close to the lake in that end of the field, I would say that the yield has been a little bit worse from the rest of the field.
So that sounds for me that we could make an even seed map all over the field with the same rate, and then for the fertilization we could make a narrow band next to the lake that would have a lower fertilization rate, just to match the lower yield that you mentioned.
Okay, that sounds good. We can give it a try.
All right, so should we go and make the task?
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's have a look then.
Okay, so now let's first log in.
That field looks familiar, yes.
That's good. So we are at the right farm.
Absolutely, yes.
Good. So now we are here at MyFarm Wisu, and then The maps section is the one where is the site-specific information of the field stored in. So from this map page you can find the tools for inspecting your crops during the growing season. This vegetation condition includes the NDVI from the satellites, so it's easy to inspect your crops from the office. And then from the machinery control tab you can find the tools for creating the task files. So this is the one big part of the smart farming module. And from here, create a new task. This is the first step for creating the task file. And now there was this new seeding machine, and for this we need the sowing and fertilization task.
Okay, but there is, options for fertilizing, plant protection, tillage.
Yes.
All kind of works that you are doing with different ISOBUS machinery.
Indeed. Basically there's everything that you need if you wish to use ISOBUS machines in all of the steps of your fieldworks in your farm. So starting from the tillage, ending up with the protection, and then we have also the separate section of yield maps as a separate tab in here. So you can also have the yield information in our FMIS.
Okay.
So let's start with creating the task file by selecting the task type. So in this task name we can have, for instance, the name of the field and the product, as usually the tasks are listed in the task controller by the task name.
Yeah, so it's easier then to find the right task in the terminal.
Yes, that's exactly.
So that would be a field name, and today we are drilling barley on this field.
So now it can be easily distinguished this task. Great. So then we will select the parcel as a field type, and then we will select the field by clicking it on the map, and then we will confirm the selection with this button, and then we can create the things that are needed for the seed. And what was the variety that you are cultivating?
Vanilla barley.
All right. So then it's vanilla for the name of the seed, and what would be the seed amount?
350 kilos per hectare.
All right. And now there's 350 kilograms all over the field. So then we will accept the seed rates, and then we will add the information about the fertilizer. And what was the fertilizer that you are going to use?
Yara Y4.
All right. And what would be the maximum amount for the field?
That's 450 kilos per hectare.
So now there's the 450 kilograms all over the field. And now you highlighted this zone on the left hand side. That's right. So let's create a new zone by clicking the borders of the new area. Yeah, I would say like 1/4 here. All right, so maybe from here and ending up to here. Looks good. All right. Then we will just modify the rate, and that was 350. Correct. Roughly. Yeah. Okay. So now we have changed the zone that we created, and now it caused the effect that there's 420 kilograms all over the field. That's an average. And now it should leave you some space for additional fertilization later during the summer if the weather conditions are favorable for high yields. Sounds good. And then there's also the summary of the sowing. So the 350 kilograms means 1,704 kilograms of total. Yeah, and I can see that total amount of seeds needed, it's 1,700 kilos roughly, and the fertilizer amount is a little bit more than 2,000 kilos for this field. That's correct. And that's what you should have in your storage before you start the work. Yes. All right, now the task file is basically ready from its content, and now we can click here Save Task, and after that you can find it from the list of created tasks. And from this list you can select the one or several tasks, just how many you are going to use today or do today, those you should select. And then there are the options for sending. So the memory stick, the traditional ways, is available, but then there is this, with the new VisuLink product, you will get this new button sent via AgriRouter available in here. So let's select that one, and we will send the task file wirelessly to your tractor. And now the connection to the AgriRouter has been made. There's just a confirmation of the tasks, so you can modify the tasks that you have selected if you wish to drop out some of the tasks from the final sending, or if you want to send the task only to one specific machine, you can select the one from the list in here. But of course, if you have only one, you don't need to do any changes on this view, and you can just click send from here, and then the task file will be ready and waiting when you next time to go to your Valtra and turn on the power.
Okay, but basically I could wirelessly send whatever tasks to whatever connections that are connected to AgriRouter.
Yes.
With this.
Yes, all the endpoints and with the type machinery that are included in your AgriRouter account or routed to AgriRouter account, they can be used as the endpoints.
So that's very good. So I could send to my own tractor and work in the field, but also if I'm using on the neighbor field contractor of spreading something, for example, for myself, I could plan the task in advance and send it to the contractor.
Yes.
If he has access to AgriRouter as well.
Yes. For instance, if your contractor has a new Valtra, then you can use this method for sending the task file as well.
Okay. Sounds handy.
Yes, indeed. And then it also helps you in a way that you can you don't need to explain for the contractor what to do and how to do, because all the things are already in the file.
Documented there,
yes.
According to my plans, my wishes.
Exactly. And that's how also the implement will work, nevertheless, who is the driver.
Yeah, due to variable rate control and all of that ISOBUS technology.
Yes, and as one of the benefits in addition to the control of the implement is that you will also get the documentation from what has happened in the field. So what do you think? Should we go and try it?
Oh yes, absolutely. Let's go.
All right, let's go.
So the task we did in the office, it's now here in task dock. This icon here. Here is the task. All the planned values are here, so less fertilizer close to the lake here and more on the inside of field. So the red area is 450 kilos per hectare and the green area is 350. Then going to the map, which we have here. When we activate, or let's say visualize the VRC map, we can see that lake is here, and here close to the lake, border of the lake, we have less fertilizer and more here. So what I will do is that I will start by drill this area here, and we will see how the fertilizer rate is changing when going from green to red area. And of course, as usually, I will activate the quick steer, and there I have already started to drill. And same thing when entering the field, the AutoU pilot is beeping first slowly and then it's beeping faster, and at the end it's giving a sound effect for the driver to know that now the machine is let's say lowered. We have planned what kind of inputs and where they are going to be put off season, and now everything is done automatically. You just have to focus on the driving. And actually that focusing is quite small because the automation helps you a lot. Valtra Guide easy to skip some passes in between. No, let's say, hard turns in the headlands. And there we go again. Also the Tume ISOBUS seed drill here is changing nicely from 450 kilograms per hectare to 350 kilograms per hectare of fertilizer once you drive into the green area. So now still 450, I can see it here on the ISOBUS screen. ISOBUS, and now it changed to 350 when entering the green area. Trying to, let's say, get the optimal inputs in the field in every area. Filling in the last gap here, and soon we move on to the inside of the field. Traditionally the yield has been, let's say, a little bit worse here in this part of the field, and that's why we have planned a little bit less fertilizer to be put here, and let's see, in a few weeks we will see the first results. Getting quite warm actually here in Finland. I think it's 23 degrees. The A-pillar display is telling that to me. Really nice actually. A-pillar display at eye level here. It's really clear, easy to use with the scroller here on the right hand side of the steering wheel. My plan is to drill the inside of the field first and close up with the headlands for hopefully to maximize the yield of this field. What a handy feature, the Auto U-Pilot. So all this nice handy technology coming in the Technology Pro X option package. I have everything for guidance, everything for ISOBUS. VRC is changing the rate between 350 and 450 kilograms per hectare of fertilizer. The novelty also in this Technology Pro X package is the Auto U-Pilot, which automates the U-Pilot functions at the headland. So I'm filling in this pass here in between, like so. Maybe this view is more clear. And the VRC pre-planned prescription map we did with Mtech earlier on, that's being sent wirelessly to the terminal. And this area with lower rate of fertilizer have just been seeded, and now we are closing up that area and moving on to the part of the field which has 450 kilos per hectare. With the Auto U-Pilot you can also set how much overlap you have in the headland. I will have seeds all over, no gaps in the field. Okay, and then once the inside of the field is done, I will move to the outside of the field, and actually, unfortunately, I forgot this setting of section control. This would have cut the, let's say, the drilling straight at the headland line. But I had it here in the headland mode, so it allows me to drill also the headland. So I want this setting now, and then I need to unlock the all segments in Wayline Assistant, and now this will be my Wayline. No Auto U-Pilot now, and then off we go. So now finishing off with the headlands. So working the inside of the field first, with long straight lines. That's also, of course, one of the main benefits. So this field we worked in this direction and now closing up the headlands at last. Okay, and once the work is done, I have drilled all the field, like you see from here. Everything is covered nicely. Then we can book the task. So first we pause the task from here or from the taskbook menu right there. Here is pause and play again. And then we can have a look at all the data that the task and the task controller of the tractor and the seed drill has gathered. So a lot of data about the tractor, fuel consumption, time, driven distance and so on, and also useful data coming from the seed drill, in this case the Tume Nova Combi, and also driven distance, total area covered, total volume of inputs applied to the field. And once we are satisfied and we want to send it, it's possible wirelessly to Mtech in this case. Here you can book the task, and here you have a summary of the working data, same as before. You just check that this is what you want, and booking the task, sending it wirelessly via the Agri router to the FMIS system happens just by ticking the green tick, and then you get task export finished. And this is all, now all this data is being stored, actually received and stored then for later documentation. As said in the beginning, once you gathered data of many years, you can start to utilize this data to help you to plan future actions on your farm. Okay, now drilling is done. Let's check in the FMIS system, Mtech Wisu, how the work data looks like. Because the data was transferred via the Agri router wirelessly to the FMIS system, and here I can see all the work data coming from the tractor and ISOBUS implement. Everything documented in one place. This looks nice, quite handy. See you next time.